You feel like a football player? It'll look more like a water boy.
No, as a trainer, I'm much more like a coach.
Oh, okay, my apologies. So if you're the coach, that would make the Tigers the athletes.
Exactly. The Tigers are amazing athletes. They're big, fast, strong, and agile. They make them perfect athlete. In fact, just about any sport you can think of, the Tigers are allowed to compete and dominate.
Alright, how about football?
Dominate.
Boxing?
Dominate.
Hot dog eating contest?
That might not even be fun, but they dominate.
Alright, are you ready to prove that?
That's what we're here for.
Great. Well, as an audience, what you will not be seeing is our Tigers performing tricks like riding a bicycle or jumping through a hoop of fire. And while we may compare our Tigers to basketball players, they usually tend to pop balls and rip down the backboard, so they won't actually be playing basketball.
What you guys will be seeing are natural behaviors. These are things the Tigers naturally know how to do. We simply incorporate a food reward so that they'll demonstrate their athletic ability to all of you.
With that being said, are you guys ready to see some Tigers? Let's get them.
In the orange corner, weighing in at 325 pounds, standing over 6.5 feet tall, 2 years of age, hailing from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, this is Akasha. Akasha is a Bengal tiger. She's already pretty large, but she's not done growing yet. Tigers are not considered fully mature until about 4 years of age, at which point Akasha could be close to 350 pounds.
Right now, our trainer Chris is getting Akasha's attention with some 2% milk. Tigers love the taste of milk, and it is a great food item to help motivate the cats for various behaviors. And being 2% low fat, it helps keep her nice, trim figure.
That's right. Now that we have her attention, we'll show you guys a behavior we call a sit-up. Very simple behavior. It's a precursor to one we want to show you later on, where she'll rise up on her back hind legs, show you guys what we call a fighting posture. Speaking of fighting, these tigers can take down a small deer with one swipe of their paw. I like seeing Mike Tyson do that.
I'll admit, that's some power. So Keith, do tigers ever climb trees when hunting prey? And if they're so athletic, couldn't they just climb right out of here?
Well, actually, tigers are not very good climbers at all. Most cats learn to climb trees because they're trying to get away from some kind of predator. Since tigers don't naturally have any predators, they never adapted for climbing. Not to mention, tigers, their claws are only about 1 inch to 1.5 inches long. It's not very big compared to the size of that tiger there. But tigers can jump 10 feet straight up into the air. So dunking a basketball would be no problem for Akasha. We'll have her demonstrate that, what we call a tree hop. As she gets that piece of meat as a reward for good her behavior, she's going to hang on to her 4 claws and jump right back down.
Alright, let's hear it for Akasha! Right now, we are directing Akasha backstage to get our next tiger ready to come out. And while we're doing that, I would like to explain to you all why we feel that doing a show like this is so important. Now, at the beginning of the 20th century, there were over 100,000 tigers roaming the continent of Asia. As you can see on this map above, they covered a large part of the continent. Over the past 100 years, however, the number of tigers has been reduced to less than 5,000. Scattered throughout pockets of Asia, and it is only due to conservation efforts that the tiger hasn't disappeared from the wild already. Now, the first reason for the decline of tigers is habitat loss. With over 4 billion people living in the continent of Asia, resources are already stretched very thin. And with the human population expected to double in the next 30 years, there's not going to be a lot of room for tigers to live. The primary reason that tigers are disappearing is due to poaching, also known as illegal hunting, and they are hunted for 2 reasons. The first reason is for their bones and internal organs. There are some cultures who believe that you can ingest these body parts as a medicine. Now, this belief has been proven untrue, but is still, unfortunately, very prevalent today. The second reason for hunting tigers is for their coats. There are some people who believe that a tiger's coat would look good as an area rug or a wall hanging, and they can turn this coat into plenty of other things, such as this purse here, for example. And they can turn other body parts into decorative items around the house, like this tiger skull that has been turned into an ashtray. But we here at the Temple of the Tiger believe, and hopefully you folks agree, in fact, let me hear it from you nice and loud if you agree, that a tiger's coat looks better on a live tiger than on someone's wall or floor. next tiger. Put your hands together for Nelly!
And if you guys can't see, Nolan is a white tiger. He's also a Bengal tiger, just like Akansha. He's not an albino, he's not a Siberian, and he does not come from the snow. He's simply a white Bengal tiger, as all white tigers are. This light coloration is a recessive gene that's passed down from their parents. Both parents have carried that gene and passed it on to end up with a white tiger like Nolan. Very similar to blonde hair and blue eyes in humans.
Bengal tigers in the wild are found in countries such as India, Bangladesh, and Nepal, and are currently the most populous of the tiger subspecies. So, do you know what is Nolan doing right now?
Well, right now we're simply having Nolan run from point A to point B, or what we call an A to B run. Tigers at full speed run up to 35 miles per hour. That's pretty fast. Compare that to the average person, who only runs about 15 miles per hour. But even Usain Bolt, the fastest man on earth, the world record in the Olympics, he's still only topped out at about 24 miles per hour. Not to mention a tiger can go from a standstill to full speed in just 2.5 strides. So their acceleration is pretty good too.
Alright, so they're fast, but what about agility?
Well, to demonstrate how agile tigers are, we're going to have Nolan attempt a 10-foot jump try right here. And tigers, they're not as agile as smaller cats like jaguars, leopards, or mountain lions. But for their size, that make that jump look pretty easy. I will be running Nolan through this a couple of times, just like practicing any sport. Repetition is key to strengthen this behavior inside his mind there. And as you guys can see, that training platform in between the two rocks, as he gets stronger at this jump, will slowly phase that platform out until he's making the full 10-foot jump there. But how about a big round of applause for Nolan?
Alright everyone, I've got a quick question for you here. We've been talking about sports a little bit, so it leads me to ask, let's see, do we have any Raiders fans in the audience? Alright, how about 49er fans? Okay, well, what about Cincinnati Bengal fans? What? Two? Oh man, oh yeah, great. That's too bad, because we were going to give a Cincinnati Bengals fan the chance to feed a tiger. So who's a Bengals fan now? Alright, you don't have to love the Bengals, but you got to be jumping up and down, making lots of noise, going crazy. Who's it going to be? Anybody? Anyone at all? Okay, you're in a black shirt right there. Come on down, crazy. Alright now, what's your name? Where are you from? Brandon from Vallejo. Great, Brandon. So just stand right over here, if you will. Face the audience now. Brandon, have you ever fed a tiger before? No. Well, today's your lucky day. We do have one rule here at the Tiger House. We don't feed the tigers anything we wouldn't eat ourselves, okay? So
What's your lucky day?
Knock down this chunk of red
I don't think so.
Oh, you don't want to eat that. Thanks for listening to me. I appreciate that. You don't want to eat that, but Nolan does. So you'll be hand-feeding Nolan, all right? Oh, and by hand-feeding, of course, we mean with this very large meat stick, because we don't want to actually feed him your hand, right? So lots of follow our trainer, Ruben, up to the fence to feed Nolan, and Keith will tell you how.
Alright, like I said, our trainer Ruben out there is attaching a piece of meat to that meat stick. All you gotta do is take the end of that with both hands. You're gonna raise it on up against the fence there, and Nolan's ready and waiting. Just like that, you're an honorary tiger trainer. Good job.
Great job, Brandon. Now you can go back home to your friends at school, tell them all that you met a tiger. Ladies and gentlemen, how about it for Brandon? All right, well, don't forget about you guys over here. Who else wants to feed a tiger? Come on now. Who's it gonna be? You want a purple right there. Great job. Come on down. Yep, you right there. There we go. Great. Okay, now what's your name? Where you from? Haley? From American? Canyon. All right, Haley. We're going to go to the same procedure over here. Just latch onto the meat stick with both hands there. We're going to put it right to the fence. And now we'll be so appreciative. He might even have you for dinner sometime. Nice. So proud. All right, great job, Haley. Go ahead and come back here and take your seat. Good job. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it one more time for our volunteers and Nolan. Well, in just a sec here, we are going to be joined right now by Akasha, and we'll be showing the behavior that our tigers here in the Skipper Kingdom have become world famous for. Nolan and Akasha will be showing you all how tigers guide